And do you two spar each other?
Not anymore.
You don't want it. Don't want it. Don't want
Well, we weren't allowed to spar each other as amateurs because we used to argue.
Thing is,
he's quite dirty.
He looks for the knockout punch, yeah, and then he hit you in the back of the head or some bollocks like that. And then he moans about me.
You liar.
You never hit me in the back of the head before with your stupid.
Because you duck
He
in.
holds his hand out, he does the pin, and then what's that little right hand over? And
I do the pin.
Where I come close, he hit me in the back of the head, but it's an illegal shot, mate.
No, because your head's down.
And then,
like you said to Lewis Sylvester, stop putting your head down, mate.
He hits me after the bell.
Once.
Yeah.
Mate, he got his elbow in my throat, yeah, and I'm on the ropes like this, and he's got his elbow and tried bending me over the ropes
He's
like
just
that.
a proper
your brother.
wins bag, mate.
No.
You're a proper win. You say you hit me after the bell with a left hook.
One time, and that was on the bell for his...
No, one. I've got the video. I can literally show it. It's not completely. It's literally the bell goes. I drop my hand. He goes smack.
No. When was this? When was your last spar?
Back in Westbury, yeah.
Yeah, Westbury, back in the old days.
Westbury, yeah.
Actually, no, we had a move about...
I think I was still pro.
You were pro, wasn't you?
So, Sean, since I last seen you... Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, we ain't moved about as a pro.
No, we have.
No, we ain't.
Yeah, we have.
No, we ain't.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
No, I come up and done 2 rounds with you for Al, didn't I?
No.
Yeah.
Never come up. I've never sparred you as a pro, Sean.
I think I have.
Mate, I'm telling you now, you ain't.
Sure.
You'd know about it if you did.
Sure.
Who do you spar at tour?
I mix around. There's Collar, I spar quite a lot. There's Gabe Marsh, I do a few rounds with him. We go out quite a lot of sparring. I think yesterday I was done a few rounds with a smaller fighter, Sonny Harding. He was all right, nice kid. Yeah, just move around, spar quite a lot. I was up Scotland the other week, sparring Lewis Crocker, which was good, very good rounds. But he can really punch, he can. That'd be on my game.
Nice.
Yeah, good.
And you've had since I last seen you as well some more highlight reel knockouts.
It's going all right, mate.
Yeah,
can't complain.
How does it feel watching it back? You must have seen it so many times.
I do.
Has he not showed you yet since he's been in it? I remember when he first done it, it's like, oh, look at this, watch this.
Nah.
You didn't see it, there you go.
To be fair, I did the same.
It was good.
It was a good shot.
Yeah. No, mate, to be fair, I got the aftermath of the knockout and that. The first thing I say in the corner, I go, Midge hasn't done that. Midge hasn't done that. I'm looking over at him.
Loves it, doesn't he?
And have you got any advice to any boxers that want to go pro, that want to try and, obviously, because finances are the hardest part of boxing. Have you got any advice to anyone?
I think for me, I'd always say give amateurs your all. I think because the better career you have as an amateur, the better your pro career will start. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think, like for me personally, I think if I didn't have done them, I wouldn't have landed with Frank, and then it would have been like, because when you're on them smaller hall shows, like they do have it rough, you know what I mean? They do have it rough. Like it's a lot harder game on them small hall shows than we have it.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I think
you got to pay the house, you got to pay your opponent, and then that's when you just start making money. So obviously, I train with quite a few boys doing the smaller hall shows. It's a lot harder for them than it is for us who we get our person now.
But yeah, it's like anything. You got to do your apprenticeship, and I feel like as long as you look at amateurs like that, winning or losing as an amateur don't really matter. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just more experience. But it's like anything, you need to put that apprenticeship in. You can't just jump straight to the top level. Do you know what I'm saying?
But what about those that maybe stay too long in the amateurs as well?
There's a fine line, isn't there? You've got to know when to know to take the jump. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was sort of lucky. It just sort of fell into place for me, really. I had a good bit of luck because, as I said, I didn't have no aspiration of going pro. I was just...
You sort of create your own luck, though.
Yeah, I mean,
both you had such a good end to your amateurs.
I mean, we always put the work in, and I think that's key. Obviously, you always get out what you put in. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but it just sort of snowballed for me after the ABAs and the Tri Nations, then got signed pro, and then here we are 5 years later.
Yeah, so I was in ABAs just I think it was in quarterfinals just before he fought on the Yard Arthur too, wasn't it? And his manager then, which is my manager now, Francis, said, when you're ready to turn pro, I said, look, give me do ABAs, I'm ready to go. So as soon as I'd done ABAs, I was ready to turn pro, signed over.
Was it as easy as just a phone call? And
well, no, I was seeing him, yeah. He said, yep, I'm ready. I was like, look, I'm ready to turn pro whenever you are. He said, look, there's a contract. Bosh.
And would you recommend people like getting like a solicitor or something to look through the contracts? Or
we didn't, did we?
To be fair, I think when you're first turning pro, they're pretty standard across the board, you know? Like, really, there's
what standard? Because obviously we've never seen...
No, well, so obviously, like, they have the certain amount around, and then, like, what you can and can't do, but it's no hidden thing, like, if you're fighting 3-4 rounders, like, do you know what I mean? They're not going to try and do you... Yeah. Not saying that they do anyway, but...
What you want to check is when you start fighting for the real big money.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, then like, so I had someone look over mine, but he obviously said there's no hidden things in there that you can't read and figure out yourself. But he said obviously them contracts are more covering the promoter than the boxer, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, certain things will cover us, but I think it's more saying, like, obviously, you can't box under another promotion and all things like that. But I think they're pretty standard. I mean, most people, the thing is, people are aware of how everyone can get lawyers to look in and all that sort of stuff now anyway. So there's no hidden, like, loopholes where they're going to try and ransack all your money off you, you know? So I think I would never advise not to have someone look over it, but I think, as you said, they're pretty standard.
So to finish up my last question, what's your biggest role model in boxing? Or even just in life, I guess? Is there anyone that you've looked up to as you've gone through the ranks?
You know what, I can't think of it. I've not been that sort of, no, I mean, for me, it's more just being successful. I remember, like, it's in that Matthew McConaughey speech where he's like, who's your hero? And he's like, well, it's me in 10 years. Do you know what I'm saying?
I've seen it.
And he's like, oh, are you there? And he's like, no, not even close. It's me in another 10 years. And I feel like chasing to be the best person that you can be is what I'd like, just to be successful as I can, really.
Yeah,
rather than being like, pinpointing a certain person, like, I want to be like him. But I think that speech is like, well, it's me in 10 years. I think that's good. See what I mean? Because, you know, when people go, you're now living what you used to look forward to. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then because everyone always wants more, like, oh, no, I want to be like. And I think if that's how I would sort of look at it, it's like, when I get to the end of the career, I can look back and be like, I've had a good crack at that.
Mm-hmm. And what about you?
I can't really think. It's probably, I don't know, like, I used to always look up to the coaches at West JBC when I was a kid. Like, I used to like the way they were and like take everything they said in.
What were their names?
You had Lee Owen, Brad Urquhart, Eddie Henderson and Brad Brooks, and obviously you looked up to all the coaches you had as a kid coming through the gym.
Yeah.
But nowadays, obviously, I don't really have people I look up to. I just want to just do the best I can.
You still got coaches, don't you?
Yeah, so Big Mick. I love Big Mick. Big Mick's like my uncle.
Brilliant. Well, it's been a pleasure having you boys on, and I think we're going to do the body shot challenge in a second if you're down for it.
I'm ready.
Yeah?
Oh, go on, man.
To take some body shots off of the Noakes brothers.
Right, ready?
Let's do it.
Right, see, I told you, man, it.
One ain't enough.
It's nasty.
To be fair, it's about the same.
Yeah.
That was about the same.
Tried hard there, mate.
Go on, have you got again then?
Gonna go
I
again.
don't want to work my hand out. I ain't got no wraps on that on.
Yeah, don't injure yourself.
You eating an olive?
I was playing nice.
And you were about to bang me on the way down.
I was playing nice. I didn't want to eat you up. I've got no wraps on.
Right in the centre. Right in the solar plexus.
You're in the soda block.
Cheeky bastard.
Yeah, look at them. No, different. There's no comparison, mate. I told you, I was only going nice. I've got nothing on my hand.
Midge wins that. Yeah. Jesus, that was right on the money. Look, just get on with it.
Stepping into it. Stand on the front.
Oi, shop cheese. He's worried now.
Look, he's stepping into it.
Hey, shut up.
Keep your feet still. See you're fucking wanker, mate.
To be fair.
Still.
I'm not worried about throwing it.
Because of what?
We enjoy it.
Nah, Midge wins.
Good man. See? Come on. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. You can't run your mouth. I ain't doing it. You're shot for shot, I eat hardly.
Alright, mate, I'm just going favouritism. I ain't
You're
having
a
it.
fucking man.
No.
Yeah, man. Fuck you. Come on.
No. Bullshit. No, this is bullshit.
I'm there, mate. No.